To begin with, let's create a spreadsheet in Google Drive, like this one, and give it a name, for example, VR. Next, we'll create a series of columns where we'll store our data related to each recording to identify the user. We'll start by adding the timestamp in uppercase. Then, we'll include the username, i.e., the person sending us the recording, and the file name under which this recording will be stored. Now, we'll use the App Script tool by going to the Extensions section, selecting App Script, and waiting for it to load. Once loaded, we'll use a file called code.js, and additionally, we'll create two HTML files, one named index, which will contain the majority of the visible part of the application, and another named message. In total, we have 3 files. In each of them, I will take previously saved code and paste it. You can obtain this code in 2 ways. Either pause the video and copy it, or you can purchase the code files for $5 through a link I'll provide in the description if you prefer not to copy it or want to support the channel. Next, we'll do the same with the index file, paste all the code, and repeat the process with the message file. You can see the entire message file here, and I'll display the longer index file so that those who want to copy it this way have time to pause and do so. Once this is done, save the project, press the Save button, and move on to the next part. Now that we have all the code for our application, we'll deploy it using the Deploy button. We'll create a new deployment. Select Web Application as the type, set access to anyone, and click the Deploy button. It will then request various permissions because it informs us that this application was not made by Google but by us. We'll authorize access. Log in with our Google account and proceed past these warnings. Click on Advanced, then go to the project. This should now give us the option to grant permission to the project by clicking here. Once done, we have everything we need. We wait a bit. And we now have our application ready to launch on the internet using this link. Now, let's briefly understand how the application works. It's a very simple voice recording application, and the interesting thing is that it doesn't require any user login. Users just have to enter, send their message, and that's it. No further requirements. If they start recording without entering their name, a warning will prompt them to enter their name first to avoid sending recordings without identification. For example, let's input Jack, and then we can start the recording. It will ask the user to enable microphone usage, which the user must allow, and then we've started recording. You'll see a timer counting down from when the person pressed the Start Recording button, and it stops when the person presses Stop Recording. At this point, we have a recorded voice segment, and the user needs to press Upload. This sends the audio to our Google Drive folder, where it will be in the same folder as the spreadsheet. If the user presses the button labeled Back, it will return them to the original area, allowing them to make another recording if desired. Let's wait a bit or refresh the page, and there we have the file with the identification name. Additionally, on the spreadsheet, we have the requested data, the recording timestamp, the username, and the file name, which is the same as the username. As I was saying, I'll leave a link to an online store where you can buy the code if you don't feel like copying it or want to thank me with a couple of dollars, which are very useful for me. If you have any changes in mind or encounter issues with the app's functionality, please let me know in the comments. This is a very basic app, and many improvements can be made, such as programming it to send emails automatically or allowing the users to play their own records before sending them. If you're interested in me making another video expanding on those topics, please leave a comment.